Hi, patrons. In case you're wondering why I'm shrouded in darkness, this episode involves words up on a screen, so for maximum visibility, I wanted to make sure the screen was the focus and not my gorgeous face. So without further ado, let's press on, shall we? An adjective is a describing word. This is where the theme song goes, but I have to be quiet so that I can. You're listening to Fix My Car Cast, hosted by Bear Claw Billy, and this is episode 55. The stupendous comedian and incredible musician Keith Hebert will be joining us later, but first, housekeeping. This is the show where you pick what I say and how I say it. Pick a topic or prompt by donating to the GoFundMe and vote on the gimmick by joining my Patreon for just $1 a month. Join at the $5 or higher level and also get bonus episodes and behind-the-scenes footage. Links are in the description. Also down there, merch. Get yourself some merch. I think your grandma would love a picture of my car cracked like an egg. Get down there, click the merch, get her some stuff. You can get merch for my other stuff too, but let's not get into that. Go find it. No new donors this week. The total raised for paying off my car repair debt is still holding at $1,131. Also, when we get to $2,000 someday, we unlock an automatic show gimmick, which is I will watch all the Fast and Furious movies back to back and then record my podcast at the end. Fun fact, did you know that this whole podcast disappears when we hit $3,000? But what are the odds of that happening? Hey, do you like the theme song? No? Well, if you make a donation of $50 or more, in addition to picking an episode topic, you get to change one thing about the theme song forever. Want me to read Steve Buscemi's IMDb credits over the original lyrics? I will. Every week until the heat death of the universe, or somebody pays me to take them out again. No new patrons this week. Did you know we don't have a single patron named Jennifer? Weird. If any person named Jennifer or Jenny or Jen with 2 N's or Jen with 1 N or Jen with 3 N's joins my Patreon by the time the next episode is recorded, I will title that episode Homemade Diaper Sandwich, regardless of the episode topic. Come on, Jennifers. Me want diaper num-nums. Now it's time for a topic suggestion. Had to do that ever since the beginning, just got to it now. Pardon me. Now it's time for a topic suggestion on the show without a cough button. I'll suggest topics I think I could easily talk about for a whole episode, though admittedly, I think the show is more fun when it's something I'm completely clueless about. So, something I could talk about is this weird video game I had on my old Commodore 64 computer that scared the absolute shit out of me. If you want to hear about this digital nightmare, donate now. $5, I'll tell you all about it. Checking in on the best city in the world, based on which city listened to the last episode the most. And our big winner is Scarborough, Maine. Congratulations, Scarborough, Maine. Let it be known that your Botanic Gardens, Frontier Days Old West Museum, and Big Boy Steam Engine are the best in the world for 7 days. Last episode, I did a Benoit Blanc impression. You can see my ridiculous outfit and over-the-top hand gestures in the video version of the podcast over on Patreon. Also, head over to Patreon for a bonus episode where I talk about weirdo Star Trek writers. That's all available to anyone that signs up at the $5 level or higher. Okay, let's talk next week's gimmick poll. These are your choices for next week's episode gimmick. They are: translate the episode to Japanese, then back to English, which is a returning gimmick; reveal my phone number in code. What? Build a card castle. Okay. Or kill Dracula. Who put that on there? Aww. Well, be sure to vote over on Patreon. The poll closes Thursday, January 26th at noon Eastern America time. All right, time for today's gimmick, which is incorporate 25 random adjectives. I'll be using an online random word generator set to adjectives only, and if you're a patron with access to the video version, you can see each adjective up on the screen behind me. Of course, gimmicks don't start until housekeeping is out of the way, just in case any of them prevent me from sharing vital information. But now, we are entering the gimmick zone. From this point on, gimmicks are active and everything is improvised. Now, let me do a little housekeeping here. Make sure, okay. So you can see the adjectives if you are a paying customer, good for you. And we're just going to scroll through it a few times so there's no possible way that I could have seen these already. And we are now truly random. Let the adjectives begin. So, I'm guilty of having a podcast that doesn't have a topic yet again, though I don't know if that guilt is really on me or you. It's a little frightening that I'm stuck in this nightmare zone of never having anything to talk about week after week after week. I'm not gonna lie, I get a little belligerent about it, and I feel like that's not fair. I did start this as a fundraiser, and it's not really raising funds. It hasn't been for a while. It's forcing me to say still a bunch of times. But anyone out there, male, female, or non-binary, please submit a topic. I will talk about just about anything. The topics I could talk about are numberless. I mean, I feel like there's just so much I could do. I don't know how this podcast is going to work in the long term. I feel like, it could be very short if things are going the way they're going, because if I'm not raising any money, it's a little hard to keep the thing going. Now, I know you might be upset about, I don't think I'm some supreme media genius who knows like how to get people to listen. But I know one thing people don't like is when you just complain about the show and complain to your fans. So that's not something I want to do. I feel like I'm being greedy with your time. You do still deserve an interesting episode every week, but I mean, I just keep coming back to this. I don't mean to be spiteful. I need the money. That's why I started this. And, this doesn't have to be like a sordid affair. I don't want any scandal around my show. Like, oh, have you heard the show? Billy's still complaining about not getting any money. But like, I want this to be a good show. I want a flavorful show. Let's get spicy. Give me some controversial topics. Give me something I can really sink my teeth into, something thoughtless, honestly, like that, even that would work. I love that this show is just random nonsense with the intent to make you smile every week, and, we keep having these scrawny episodes that are only, a few minutes, but like, with nothing to talk about, what am I supposed to do? I feel like there's definitely some unequal episodes. There are hour-long episodes of this show, and then there are 8-minute episodes. So I feel like things are a little off balance, and maybe my adjective generator just froze for some reason. Okay, I think it's functional again. But back to what I was talking about. I never thought I would be famous. I do kind of feel like I'm tilting at windmills here. It's a very quixotic show, if I am using that word correctly, which frequently I do not use words correctly. I need one of those like handy calendars that have like word of the day so I can really expand my vocabulary. But to be completely honest, that seems dirty. I feel like, I can't just look these words up. That's against the spirit of this particular gimmick. So yeah, I wanna be this fun, whimsical character every week. I'm sorry that you just, trying to get through your day have to hear me complain yet again about the lack of funds. But, it ain't that deep, folks. I did make this just to make money. And, sometimes I've just gotta, stretch things out like Mr. Fantastic. There's definitely an elastic nature to the show where, like, you got to be prepared for anything. You never know what's going to happen. But what's not very exciting is just having the same no topic week after week after week. Now, I am, seated here at my Resolute desk, which, fun fact, the reason the president's Resolute desk is called that is because I believe it is made from wood from the ship called the Resolute. Why am I telling you this random trivia right now? I don't know. Maybe because I'm trying to get out of here as quick as possible. I am a little out of breath because I just had to clean off my car. I am shivering, I am hungry, and I cannot wait to be done with the show. And maybe the adjective generator is broken yet again. I love the dead air, folks. It's like, it's a daily struggle for me to figure out what to put in the show, what gimmicks, how to make the show fun and engaging. And I really feel like it's much easier if you just, open up your wallet and give some additional funds so I can stop saying still so much and we can finally get over that, what was it, $1,131 hump. Let's do it, folks. I know we got it in us. So, to conclude, I don't want to be too grouchy. I feel like the people that, are watching the video version, like they can see my visible sadness that, every week I just have to complain about not making money. I apologize, but it is what it is, folks. I gotta do what I gotta do. This is not one of those ritzy podcasts like Conan O'Brien's where, he doesn't have to worry about money. He's got yachts and summer homes. He's doing fine. Me, I need your dough. I'm a little worried that I can't keep this show going, but I'm gonna have to because I'm still massively, massively in debt. There are numerous ways to make money. I am, of course, aware of this, but I'd rather do this one because you know what I'm good at? Doing goofy stuff. And I'd like to do goofy stuff for you, but this is also very time consuming, and I don't like doing the ugliest version of the podcast, which is me just complaining into the airwaves and probably losing listeners, if I'm being honest. As always, I'm dead. The best part is I mentioned dead air earlier. I already did this one. Love you all. Money, please.